Hello and welcome again. So now after creating your different virtual machine that you need in your host and installing the operation system, you should know that you can't power on the virtual machine when the total of the RAM of those virtual machine bigger than the RAM of the host. In our example, for example, we have in this host 4 GB of RAM. If we create 3 virtual machines and give to each of those virtual machines 2 GB of RAM, that means I can only power on 2 virtual machines. I can create more than 2, but I can power on at the same time only 2 virtual machines. I can only power the virtual machine that the total of the RAM is less than the capacity RAM of the host. Even if you will see that we create more than 5 or 6 virtual machines in this host, we can't power on more than a virtual machine that have a total capacity of RAM less than 4 GB. So, for example, here I create 3 virtual machines. If you remember the first one with 4 GB, that means if I power on this virtual machine, I can't power on this other virtual machine, and the second one with 2 GB, the third one with 2 GB. If I power the second and the third one, I can't then power on the first one. So this is an important information you should know. So another important step that you need to do after creating your virtual machine and installing the operation system in those virtual machine, you need to install the VMware tools. The VMware tools come with the ESXi ISO image. When we install the ESXi ISO image, there are a VMware tool installed inside that host, and that VMware tool you need to install it inside each of those virtual machine, because with that VMware tool you will use it to do some other feature of the VMware that you can't do it without that VMware tool. For example, when we want to create a snapshot for a virtual machine, without that VMware tool we can't do this task. Another tools that will, for example, hide availability, the monitoring of the virtual machine, etc. All those features you need to have a VMware tool installed inside that operation system before start using those features. So another information that I have a problem with the ISO image of the Windows 2016. So I will not use the Windows Server 2016. I will keep only use the Windows 2012. It's not a problem. You can use any Windows that you have. And of course, this is in relation about your environment, your company, and the Windows they use. So it's the same. So to install the VMware tool, I create a virtual machine with an operation system of Windows 7 to make it simple for you to see how we're going to install the VMware tool. So let's run our virtual machine and start installing the VMware tool inside this virtual machine.